Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin mommy, and I'm back. It's been 3 weeks, I guess, since I filmed. I skipped 2 weeks. Thanksgiving, I wasn't able to film after all. My husband took an extra day to work from home, and then I had family visiting, and then we had Thanksgiving and all of that. So I didn't get to film that week, and I figured it was fine, just take a week off. And then I got sick, which you can probably still hear in my voice. I'm still stuffy. So I've been sick for like over a week now. Just a cold, but last week when I would have filmed on Monday or Tuesday, I was like, it was more like the death cold with kind of chills and stuff and just no energy. So my husband got a similar cold, was able to take a sick day on Friday, slept most of the day, and he's pretty much better. Mamas don't get sick days. So like the day I was the most sick, I had to like make birthday cake for my daughter and make treats for an event at church, and it was just like, oh man. Anyways. So I have energy again, and hopefully I don't cough and whatnot too much today, but I needed to come back. I missed you guys. And I had a couple comments recently asking if I was okay, and that's really sweet, so thank you for that. I haven't had time to comment, just been kind of living life. And I don't know how all of the Flossmas people can have time in December to make a video every single day, so kudos to those guys. I'm not quite even to December yet in watching Flosstube, so hopefully I'll actually get to Flosstube, because the last 2 years, I believe, by the time I got up to December videos in my watch list, Christmas was over. It was either January or the very end of December when I finally got to the December videos. And so I just deleted all the Flossmas videos because I'm like, I don't feel like watching Flossmas when Christmas is over. So hopefully I can get to some actual Flossmas videos to see if there's any particular people that I want to follow. I don't know that I'll watch every Flossmas video from the people that are already in my subscriber list, because I don't think I have time for that. But it'd be nice to maybe pick one or two that are festive and interesting and follow along with them. So if I pick anybody, we'll see if anyone else is behind as well. So let's show you what I've been up to. I got my new December thing. I just switched it out today, and it's the 9th of December. I still have to switch out my queens on the wall to put up Royal Holiday. We just got our tree yesterday. It's right here next to me, and I really wanted to have it in the background, but all the windows are on the other side of the tree, and so it would really backlit and wouldn't have worked. So that's why I can see it. So yeah, we got our tree. We get a real tree. We got it on Saturday, so now it feels like Christmas in here. We still have a few more decorations to put up, and our outside lights haven't been able to get put up because it's been raining all weekend. So hopefully soon we can finish all that up and feel really festive. So this is what I've been up to. A little bit different than usual, but I will share. So first thing, I have a little tiny bit of haul. I got the color and cotton threads for November, I guess, and here they are. They're a little bit more subtle today, muted, this month, which is nice. Maybe if I get them closer, it'll work. Those are pretty good. The yellow is a little bit, yeah, that's pretty good. This one is super variegated, a nice blue and gray, Monaco, or Monaco, yeah, Monaco probably. And Northern Lights, which is a really nice, like, sea green, dark and light color. Capri, which is a really soft blue, and it is slightly variegated. I don't know if it's how well you can see that. Of course, probably not. Somebody else is probably going to do better lighting than me. Canary, which is a nice light yellow, which does have a little bit of variegation too. And Aztec, which is, like it says, it's like a brick red, a light terracotta kind of color. So that's fun. Gotta add those to my collection. Bobbinate them, get them in the box. And then I'll show you my travel stitching, and then I'll explain what I've done the last 3 weeks, which is a little different than normal. So I have managed to stay caught up on my travel stitching, on my temperature pieces, which is really nice. Because even when I was sick, I still had time to stitch in the ballet line. During the Thanksgiving week, I had time to stitch with various family get-togethers and just other times with the family. So I managed to stay caught up, which is really nice. So this is my temperature quilt, and there have been a few days where I get behind and then I get caught up again right away. So this past weekend it was really busy, but I managed to get the quilt caught up yesterday, and my balloons is only like a day or two behind. So this is what the quilt looked like when you saw it last. And here it is now. Super excited. I don't remember where it was last time, but I'm assuming I finished November because I think I came and didn't film since November was over, and then started December. And got some of the sashing. I've been working on this sashing as I have time. My sashing color is not what's called for. If you want to do the muslin color like I do, I have called for DMC 3866. But I decided to find color in cotton, and I'm using, I think it's fresh wool. And it's got a little bit extra variegation, which is fun. So the border, I'm stitching this up and down, and then this side to side, and I'll stitch side to side, and then this one will be up and down. So I'm really enjoying the cold weather we've been having because it makes my quilt look really nice. With cool, then warm, then cool again. So that's always fun. And then my balloons, this is what the mock-up looks like, and this is what that looked like last time you saw it. And here it is now. So since you've seen it, I finished this balloon all the way and got a good chunk of the basket done. It's not quite finished. And started in on December's balloon. It's the only balloon that's just 1 month large. This is 2 months, these are 3 months, and then this is 1 month. Because they kind of follow the seasons. So it's winter, spring, summer, fall, and then winter again. At least in the northern hemisphere. And I love that this fall balloon goes from hot to medium to cold. Because that's what it's like here in September, October, and November. So that's really fun. I'm enjoying that one. And I do have a few extra blocks to get caught up on today. So that'll be fun to work on. And when I'm done with the baskets and the sashing and everything, I'm going to start working on my temperature tree trunk, which is this one, so that I can at least I'll probably start in the middle, and then I'll probably work my way down to at least start in on the January branch, so that I have somewhere to start by January. So that's kind of my goal. So hopefully at least my balloons is almost done with all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited about that. I'm probably going to use the 28 count light blue even weave from Hobby Lobby. That's kind of my thinking at this point. I'll show you whenever I get ready to start it. I'm not quite close enough to bring that all out yet. So I'm really happy though. That's going to be really fun. And a lot of you are going to work on that one in the 2020 also. My Cyber Week sale on Etsy went really, really well. There were 82 sales over the course of the week. The large majority of them were temperature patterns, so that was really fun to see. A lot of you are excited about that. And I wanted to give a shout out to Carolyn Zook and Amy Loves Toads are the two people that I noticed mentioned my sale in their videos, and so I want to thank those ladies. They're both going to work on it this coming year, the temperature tree, and they're kitting it up and whatnot. So if you want to go check out their channels too, you can see their progress. But I wanted to thank them for talking about the tree and the sale that I had during that Thanksgiving week. So that was really nice. All right. So the week I filmed last, I was planning to work on the Enchanted Stitching Challenges group on Facebook has 4 challenges every week, and that week I had chosen two projects that I wanted to slot in like 2 challenges each, just to kind of narrow it down and only pick 2 projects. So I started out working on Villa Mirabilia, and I'm working up here in the pot. It would be a really nice goal to finish this pot area before the end of the year. So that's kind of my goal at this point. I've lost a little bit of steam on it this last week. I only worked on this the week before Thanksgiving. That's the only time I worked on it. But I do have it coming back out this coming week in one of the challenges. So maybe I've been sidetracked a little bit. So maybe I can get back on it with this one. So this is what that looked like before. And here it is now. You can see through it a little bit more today. But here's the bush and all of it. But I'm only working in the bush right now. So I think I just worked on the dark. If I worked somewhere else, that's bonus, I guess, but I don't think I did. I think I just worked on the dark stitches, and then I stopped. It's dark green. I stopped right after I hit 250, because I was hoping to come back and do a second challenge with this, so I wanted to count every possible stitch for the following challenge, but I never got back to it. So I only got one of the 250 challenges on this one. And then I went over to Dragon Ride and started to work on that one, and only got a partial challenge on that one. I got the medium. I think I got like 100 and something stitches instead of 250, so I just went ahead and posted progress for the 50 stitch challenge and got a couple points out of that one. But I didn't have time to finish any more on this one or the 2 challenges on that one. So that was underwhelming, but typical of my November. Okay, so here's Dragon Ride by Teresa Wensler. And I'm stitching this for my son, and that was his week to do it. If I were to do like roughly near their birth date every month. And let's see. This is what that looked like before the week. And again, I didn't quite get 250 on this, but I did get some. Let's see if I remember where. This is where it is now. And I think what I worked on is down here. My son wanted more of this color. So the only place this actual color was in the 1/1. So I worked down here some more. And then that color was used in a blend with purple. So I did some of that over here and down here and then up here. And then I kind of ran out of time. It's tricky for me being on the West Coast, and the Enchanted Stitching Challenges end East Coast time at midnight. So if I get to sit down at 8:30 or 8:45 to stitch, I only get like 15 minutes before the challenge is over. I don't get the rest of the evening. So it's hard to be like, oh yay, I get to sit down and finish this challenge, and then I'm like, oh wait, the challenge is over. So that's all right. I understand why they do it, because then they can log and make sure people are sticking within the parameters properly, and that's fine. It's just somewhat awkward for me having to be able to complete things on time, and I can't count on those last 3 hours on Sunday. So that's all I got done that first week. Not a lot, and I did keep going on my travel pieces during the day in the valet line and stuff. And then the week of Thanksgiving, I knew it was going to be busy. So I didn't want to commit to a lot of challenges. It was going to be the day to work on that week. Somewhere in that week was going to be the day to work on my niece's piece, my letter H fairy. And previously, I remember thinking that, well, maybe that's like the one whip I have left that I could finish in 2019, and then I could have 9 finishes in 2019, which would be kind of fun, even though that's not something I had a goal, like all of you doing the Stitch 9 challenge. I never had that as a goal, but I realized I've had 8 finishes, might as well try for a 9th. It would be, numerically interesting. So I figured, well, why don't I just have my goal be, or my plans that week to be to work on the letter H fairy and not plan anything else. And that worked really well. The Stitching Challenges group had 3 stitching challenges the week of Thanksgiving, and the 4th challenge was not a stitching related. It was like share your Thanksgiving memories or traditions or, you know, pictures about your family, things like that. So I submitted a couple things to get a few points for that one, and then only one of the other challenges fit for this piece. So I went ahead and counted 250 stitches for that challenge. And then the rest of the week I just stitched on it for fun. And finished it. So I think I finished it like Friday or Saturday of the week of Thanksgiving. So this is the letter H Fairy by Nora Corbett. I'm doing these for my nieces, and this is the first one. She graduates this coming June time. So now it's done. So all I have to do is frame it before graduation. And after the new year sometime, I'll start the next fairy and do that once a month increment like I have been doing this one. Some of these beads are tight, so I don't want to have to fix them. I think hoping to stretching them in the frame will fix them. But this is what she looked like when I showed her to you last time. And here she is now. All done. And you can really see those beads today. That's really fun. All the lights catching them. Lots of beads. So I finished out the gray in the letter, which is Victorian motto, Old Salem Spell. And I backstitched this circle, finished all the leaves. The leaves, I believe, are the called for colors, which is Eve's Leaves and Desert Mesquite by Classic Colorworks. And then the brown, I don't remember what I used for the brown. It might have been a substitution. And all the beads are called for. And this was like mustard shades, I believe, by Victorian motto. I subbed out a lot of the colors with what I had, and then Desert Mesquite, I think, is the only one I bought for this. And actually, I think Shelly KX Stitch bought that for me because she was in an LNS and had it there. I'm like, oh yes, please pick that up for me. So this turned out really good. This is on 32 count. What's Water Lily linen. And I'm planning to do all of the fairies on Water Lily. I already have the fabric. It's a witch fabric, so it's kind of see-through and stiff, but I don't mind stiff fabric since I stitch in hand. It actually helps keep things the way they should be, because it's not loosey-goosey. So that turned out really nice. I'm really happy. And then the next one I will work on is the letter E, which I do not have out here with me, but I will show you when I get close to starting that in January sometime, probably. The next niece's birth date, I think, is the 15th, which is only one day different than my mom's. The 14th, which is when I like to work on Knitting Woman. I'll probably have to, following the challenges for the Enchanted Stitching Challenges, it's been fun to like say, well, their birth date is in this week. So I will go ahead and just pick that project for one of the challenges in that week. And that's been a lot more freeing than saying it has to be this date. So I've really been enjoying that. So I'll try to fit the new E Fairy in whenever that week falls. So I'll probably, later on in January, I'll like get the fabric out and figure out the colors that are called for and maybe some substitutions and figure exactly what I'll be using for that one. And I might do a color conversion as well, because letter H Fairy was more or less the same color scheme as the original. I just subbed out similar colors that were in my stash. I will be having to stitch the letter E twice because I have 2 nieces that start with the letter E. So I think the original colors they feel more like the second niece who starts with the letter E. The first niece, I think I want to jazz it up just a little bit. Maybe add in some red or something. So we'll have to take a look and see. Maybe I'll put a picture in. I didn't bring this with me. I think the letter E has like really gold, like a heavy gold letter, and so I'm thinking maybe I'll keep the gold letter and make the girl in red, and then for the future niece I'll maybe keep the girl whatever muted tone she is, or maybe make her light blue, and then make the E more like silvers. So I don't know, we'll see. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But since I have to do it twice, I might as well have fun with it. Same with my letter S. I did the letter S for me, and I have a niece with the letter S. So when I get to her, I'll do a color conversion, so I'm not doing the exact same thing I did before. So, after I finished my letter H fairy, I was starting to get sick. I knew I just wanted to work on something that I wanted to work on and not feel pressured to do something else. So, I signed up in the challenge group for that week after Thanksgiving, the first week of December. I think I had 4 different projects picked for the 4 challenges. I started on the one that I wanted to work on, which was Heirloom Nativity Sampler by the Victoria Sampler. I want to finish this shepherd scene and then all these bands before Christmas. I won't worry about starting this one yet until next year. So I wanted to get this whole chunk done. I had stopped here before the year, and so I want to do the next chunk before this Christmas. So that was my goal, and I was kind of really just feeling the specialty stitches. I was getting really, really close. I just had to finish out some white, and then all these specialty stitches were waiting for me. So I worked on this for a challenge, and then changed a challenge to be able to work on this again, and then changed a challenge to be able to work on this again. And it ended up getting 2.5 challenges done. And now I'm on the letters. I finished the scene, and I finished these 3 white, technically, or 2 or 3 white bands there. So, this is what that looked like last time you saw, and I have worked on it quite a bit. And here it is now. I am getting quite a bit of backlight, which is odd, but I think the light is reflecting. So there's this one, and I have finished the little scene and started it on all those, did all the specialty stitches. And I don't remember mentioning this recently, but I have been doing a DMC conversion for this. It calls for a lot of MPI, silks, and other expensive things, I don't know. A lot of MPI, Averiswa, Krennic Mori, etc., etc., which are all solid colors. I'm not going to do that. And they have an accessory pack, but it's very expensive. So I went ahead and found some conversion tables online and asked some friends with the ones I couldn't find and got as close as I could with DMC. So the only ones I'm using not DMC are this one, which is Bellagio, I think, which is all one thread. It's super, super awesome. It's a Gloriana. And I think this one right here is also a Gloriana. It's not quite as variegated, but it was Gloriana. I had to get it. I think it's my favorite silk. And I've got some more of those silks down here in these bands, so I'm excited to get to those. So the white is B5200, and then some of the Pro Cottons are just DMC white, which is what was called for. So this band called for B5200, and this is just B5200 cross stitches, and then there's fat Pro Cotton in these X's, and then skinny Pro Cotton in these eyelets and like diamond eyelet things. So, and now I'm just backstitching. And so all of this I have counted for 3.5 challenges. And this is silver linen by 32 count by MCG Textiles, which is a discontinued color, and I think MCG Textiles is discontinued also, but I found mine on eBay or Amazon or someplace because I think it was perfect. So I'm going to do this for at least one more challenge this week. I'm not sure how many stitches will be in these next parts, if it'll work for 1 or 2 more challenges, because I have to finish the back stitching, do this row of specialty stitches, this row with specialty stitches and beads, it looks like, and then this vine. So we'll see. I want to do at least one challenge of 250 stitches, and then if I feel like I have enough left, there's another challenge that needs something with a roof in it, and there's a roof right here. So if I have to, I can switch out one of the challenges for this piece if I want to try to finish this, because I don't want to start this one yet, so I don't really want to, but I could, I guess. Like, these trees have specialty stitches in them, so I could probably go ahead and start the trees if I needed just a few more stitches to get a second challenge. So we'll see how it goes and how close I am after I finish the first challenge. But I really am so excited to be working on this and getting a lot of progress, and that will probably be done in the next week or two. So that section. So if I, and then the other challenge, I do hope to get Villa Mirabilia done. That one was for one that has a clothes or reindeer in it, and she's wearing clothes, so that one worked for that. This one would work on is something I want to finish by Christmas night, which I want to finish this chunk by Christmas, so that works. And the other one was one that was red, white, and black. Red, white, and or black. You could work on any or all of those three colors, but had to be on the colors, I'm pretty sure. So I thought, well, let's pull this lady out. This is my Lady of the Flag, and I figured I'll probably work right in here and do some red and white in the flag. I have her head done and the torch done, and I believe I have this started. So I will want to work on this part next-ish, but I thought this chunk is close enough to stuff I finished that I could easily pop over here and either do some roses as well or just this flag with red and white. I don't think there's any black to do in there, but I could do red and white. So this is what she is looking like right now. She probably will need something behind her too. Oh, I did already start the flag. Cool. I don't even think I knew that. So here she is right now. She's on some also MCG textiles. This is Stony Point, a discontinued color. Not MCG textiles. Witchelt, like the water lily linen. This is a Witchelt linen, so it's nice and stiff and see-through. Which I don't like how see-through it is, but I don't mind how stiff it is. So this torch is completely finished. And her arm might need some backstitching, but it's stitched. And then her head, her face is done. She still needs hair and the little crown thing, I guess. And then I've finished this and started in on some of this stuff. So I will work right here, either do some roses or the flag stripes right there. And that's what I will work on for that challenge if I get to it. I'm not going to stress. I think I'll do the Heirloom Nativity Sampler is first priority, just because I'm like totally feeling that right now. This I don't know, this might even be more fun than Villa Mirabilia this week, but we'll see. Villa Mirabilia, I think I had planned for the this past week for the Something Practical challenge that they had, because working on the bush when I have other things I'd like to do, or I could work on her dress, is pretty practical to just be like, okay, more green, let's do it. But I never got to that one because I was so obsessed with my other piece. So I do want to get back into that one. So I did put it into a challenge, but we'll see how the week goes. I think it'll be fun to work on Lady of the Flag again one more time. And my next one was for something with a roof on it. So if I feel like I need to keep going on the Heirloom Nativity Sampler, I'll do that one. If I feel like I got to a good enough stopping point that I can't do a whole nother challenge with that piece, I'll move on to this one. And this is my chatelaine, which is a band sampler chatelaine. It's a little different than the mandalas that you often see. This is called Winter Wonderland band sampler. And this front picture doesn't do it justice because this is just a computer-generated printout. But there's some roofs, and I've actually finished the roofs. I can't remember if I still need to do more trees, or if I'm all the way down to these, like the birdhouse could work on that roof. Or the animals. I don't know quite how far I am. I'll have to show you just now and figure it out. But I do like to pull this out and work on it in December and January and February because it's winter. So if I get to this, that will be a lot of fun. and be able to do 200 stitches, 250 stitches on this one. So this is where this is now. And I've been working, again, just like a lot of my other ones, fully completing it from the top down. Oh, I do have some more tree. So this is on the called for ice blue Belfast, 32 count. I changed the top to have a psalm. He gives snow like wool, Psalm 147:16, and then everything else is as charted with dinky dies. This is a dinky die. Some of these are Glorianas. She does call for DMC for a lot of this. There were just a few specialty stitches called for. I'm doing Accentuate blending filament instead of Petite Treasure Braid because when I kitted this up, my LNS is a needlepoint store and they didn't have Petite Treasure Braid. And so they had this other stuff and they highly recommended it. So I was like, okay, I'll try that. So where they called for like cross stitches, I'm doing 2 strands, I think, but everywhere, like different other places, I'm only doing 1. So looks like I need to finish this tree. Oh, and the white is Silk Lame braid, which is fun. So it's got a slight sparkle to it. And so I'll work on the tree and then see what's close by and see what I'll get to next, whether that birdhouse or some of the little 1/1 animals. So we shall see. So that'll be fun if I can get to that. But yeah, both houses are finished already, but the birdhouse has a roof, so I might, if I finish the tree and still have more time, more stitches needed, it'd be fun to maybe go over to that birdhouse and actually work on a roof. I don't think you have to work on the roof, but oh, it looks like I have some white on my string, so I'll have to finish that first. The white in the tree, so that'll be the first color that I'll work on. So I think that's everything. There's a lot of editing in this, I'm sure, to edit out coughing and nose blowing. But this week I think should be fairly normal. So finish out our Christmas decorating and stitch. So hopefully I will be able to get some of these challenges finished and all these projects and be able to come back next week and show you. So thank you for hanging in there and waiting for me while I needed to take a little break. And in the meantime, enjoy your December and various festivities. And in the meantime, happy stitching. Bye.